around since last time, just to like work on the pacing more, because it's not going as suspenseful as I would hope it would. And also because the introduction kind of needs to be more spaced out so it doesn't feel like you're just jumping back into it. Messed around with some other stuff today. And for right now, I'm going to be working on a bit of the introductions, skipping around a bit to like my more the easier panels for me to work on right now, and probably start coloring actually. This is going to be a top-down shot. Well, this part at least. This is going to be a dahlia flower right here. Still a bit unsure how I'm going to make the top down for the town, but for right now it's just going to be the rooftop angle and everything going out into the buildings. It's just a quick shot to kind of implicate what's going on. It's going to be like the road right here. This part could be that little church building at the beginning, if you remember that. I'm gonna do a bottom-up shot for this, and then kind of have a little trail leading into the next panel down here. That's a different angle. You know, kind of just have a flow going. I think we're gonna have the dahlia flowers down here actually, just to kind of help frame it. I could have other things going on that I'm not going to quite add just yet. This is going to be also another top-down shot where it looks like something's coming up to swallow the whole town. It's not literally what happened, it's like more of a metaphorical thing for what's going on. That could be fun. Day's been going good. My leasing office kind of overcharged me for something. I'm not sure what exactly yet, but it might be because I asked them to get rid of that mushroom in my place. And if that's the case, then I'm gonna have to fight them over it. It's not fun. And I don't really know what to do, but that's what tomorrow's for, which I'm not looking forward to, but today's just getting all my papers together, being like, hey, I agreed to pay this amount of money for the quarter, or like for the month, I mean, and this is way more than what I ever agreed to. Yeah, that mushroom got me in trouble, apparently. Even though I just moved into the place, and they're like, oh, well, yeah, we'll take care of that for you. They did not tell me they were going to charge me money for it. So, I gotta go down there tomorrow and figure out what the hell is going on. It's not fun. Not fun at all. But hopefully, with good news, they'll take it off. because they never sent me anything to tell me that they were charging me for this. But I think for now, we could probably start coloring something. I'm actually really looking forward to coloring this panel, but I don't want to do that just yet because I know, like what happens with most of the pages so far, it's going to be a little rough at the beginning, so like I don't want to ruin this just yet with the way my art level is at the moment. Yeah, it's crazy because I just moved into this place and they're already trying to screw me over. Like, it is a nice enough place, but like they didn't tell me at all that they were going to charge me for this. So I just gotta get that figured out tomorrow, and if it's something else they're charging me for, then I don't know what the hell it could be. It'd be a cool shot if I did it, like, because he's an orange guy. Could move him up a little bit and then have a little panel right here of the dahlia flower. Sort of like to mimic the shape of what that is going on up here. And then it leads into the house. That would be a good way to lead the eye, I think. I'm not quite entirely sure what I want the actual layout for the little diner they're in to be, so I'm just going to be working on... Probably can start on the little black and white section, actually. Maybe. Oh right, I gotta sketch out my idea I had for this shot before I lose it. This is going to be a shot of them about to leave the restaurant while it's raining, but you can see Petrichor's outline a little bit in the back. Like in the rain. She's kind of like really big outside. So her shape's going to be a little more menacing here. Which means I'm going to have to make the overall shot a bit wider so that you can see her better. It's going to be interesting drawing her, because I don't know if you guys saw my redesign for her just yet, but I am going to try making her with a bit more of a plus-size sort of face shape. That'll be interesting to try to do later. Where was I? I was like right here. I'm basically gonna be jumping all over the place with these panels for now. Just like cleaning things up, getting the main idea across. Probably move things around to make it more dynamic in shape. From what I remember with the Garfield phone, it's like the eyes open like almost a bit. And it can't be one-to-one Garfield, of course, because of like copyright shit. So like, I'm gonna do like a fun, different colored kind of cat thing, but people will know the reference. I'm gonna have to move this guy over a little bit. That way the line of focus keeps going the correct way. You see this? Where was I? Alright. This is going to be more of a sort of beautiful shot where like the clouds are just about leaving, like everything's very scenic, very pretty. This right here could be another dahlia in the foreframe. Have some more of this going on. Put another flower over here. Frame the scene more so you can get the perspective. He's on top of the train in the shot. Flowers are gonna have different meanings throughout the story. If you remember in the first one, it was, I think it was pink hyacinth or something like that. But those aren't his flower. His flower is the dahlia. None of the Golgothas are gonna necessarily have flower symbolism, but except for like Narcissus, because that's just how his character is. It has to do with rejecting a certain something that I can't really talk about yet because of spoilers, but you'll get it once it happens. This is gonna be like the wind going by him. He's having the time of his life. Yeah, there is a reason the dahlia was chosen. It's specifically, I'm debating whether to use a orange or blue dahlia at the moment, but it is going to be a dahlia of those colors. I think for this shot I could actually probably start coloring. I'm heavily debating which one I should start coloring with, however, because I'd still need to get into the mindset of coloring. That's going to take a hot minute. Blue would be a good color because it'd be a good reference to Twin Peaks as well. For now, I could probably actually start coloring her because her design is temporary, I guess, so that will take the least amount of work. Yeah, for now we could start on this and then figure out another spot to work on. For now, we're going to start with this color, just to like, oop, wrong brush. Oh yeah, if you guys want to see, I was working on, I'm going off topic, but like, I started doodling for chapter 3 of Gravity Falls, my fic that I'm doing. So those are little sneak bits that you guys will be seeing later. I'm probably going to be posting these doodles on my Patreon. More over here. I've been having a lot of fun writing that fic, actually. I honestly missed writing, and I feel like this is a good way for me to get back into the mindset for writing for that Williams girl, because it has been a hot minute. But yeah, if you guys haven't read my fic yet, The Navigators Requite, you definitely should check it out. There's 2 chapters out right now. I'm working on chapter 3, which will probably be out in a few days. If I got enough energy for that. And then who knows? I honestly don't know how many chapters it's gonna have. She's probably gonna have like pompous town like merchandise on her outfit. You know, for like a bit of world building and stuff. There's also gonna be some like merchandise stuff around little cafeteria thing they're in. Not cafeteria, you know what I meant. Diner. That's the word. Alright, for now we're gonna do the sort of, I usually call it the behind the head hair, or the vague shape of what's going to be behind her head. Usually I do hair in like 3 parts, or 2. I do like the main shape in the back of the head, and then I go on another layer and I do the front. And then 3rd layer technically is the shading layer that I do at last. I'm not entirely sure if she's going to be a ginger just yet. It's mainly the base color, and also helps me see it better as I'm drawing. Like if you saw my Lose from the Owl House doodle that I posted last night. Oh, I should post that here too, actually. The base of her hair was like a purple. Yeah, she's probably gonna have a blue outfit, sort of match the theme of the town. And then probably have like a flower pattern embroidery thing going on with the suspenders she's gonna be wearing. But for now, we're gonna do the undershirt. This bit right here. And again, vague shapes. Actual shapes will take place later on. Same thing with her little hat here. We're gonna be adding that. This is Procreate. Also, a little thing that will happen. If you notice in chapter 1, the the color blue disappeared from the reeds after he was freed. However, the pieces of the reeds that were already harvested are still going to be blue. So basically the parts that were already taken are going to remain as they were. Yeah, this place is going to be called PG, short for Pompous Grill. Yeah, it's another reason why he's so mad at them. Of course, he's not going to appear mad, but he's definitely mad about it. In the way that he is mad at things, which he won't really. He doesn't get mad in like the usual way, I guess you could say. Her suspenders are going to be a darker blue. Like, it takes a lot to make him, like, genuinely mad. Like, this whole thing he's doing with the town, he's not technically mad about it. Yeah, that's it. Because he is more mad at the Golgothas than he is, like, people. He's mainly indifferent to people. Also, another thing about Millen's character, his form is always going to be, like, inconsistent. However, he will never put his hair up. If you guys want to try drawing him, he's always going to be having his hair down. I might have to warp her proportions after the fact, but that's also something I don't have to worry about just yet. I think her name's gonna be Molly. She looks like a Molly. There is a reason, but can't share that with you guys yet. Oh, is Molly your actual name? I didn't know that. Wow, this looks very goofy movie character right now. But we're gonna be blending her nose in, so... Her coloring is looking a little too silly, so I think I'm gonna have to be making her hair a little darker. Just a bit. At least when we get to that point, and then maybe the ends of her braids could be a bit more red. This is also looking a little strange. Something about her nose is not doing it. That's a little better. I think once I shade the rest of her face that same color, it might do a little better. Also, one of the notes to myself is I really can't be forgetting to add, like the pale part of Cricket's palm. I forget what that's called, but like, you know how people with darker skin colors have like a more white palm? I kept forgetting that in the first chapter, and I'm so mad about it still. That's the one thing I regret about that chapter. I didn't draw her hands enough, and I was still mad about that. But we do not have the kind of time to go back. Chapter's been out for like months, we can't fix it. That was the hardest part for me to remember, the damn palm thing. So if you go back and you notice that, literally just know that that's because I forgot. Because I am a fool and a charlatan. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be messing with her face perspective later. Because this part needs to be more arched, which I can push up in the warp tool later. Much later, but like... Also, the white is a little too white, so we're just gonna be shading it down a bit. Oh, this is also something else I could do right now. I can make the bottom of her eye more red. Just so it fits better, I guess is the way to say it. I've just found that adding that little bit of red makes it look better. See? That looks a lot better. So we're gonna keep that. And now we're going to be going back and messing with the hair color. That might be better just to make it a darker red, actually. Yeah, that's a lot better. She's also going to be having some blood spattering on her clothes. That's for later. It's a surprise tool that can help us later. And then probably after this stream, I'm going to be working on chapter 3 more, because I've been really enjoying that right now. Could probably add some color to her bottom lip while I'm here. Okay, that's done. Moving that down. Gonna be adding some darker shade to show she's nervous. And also to help with that nose shading a bit. Pushing the shading up so it doesn't quite mess with the freckles. Yeah, that's looking good. I might make her hair a little bigger, because something about this looks like it could be... Ooh, that looks nice actually. I like the shape. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna puff her out a bit. Oh, hey, Honey Spine. We're working on some more Burning Reed stuff. Oh no. Why have you cursed me on this day? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to work with this perspective after the fact, but right now I'm just having more fun coloring her in. Ooh, I'm gonna have to fix her front bang after. Yeah, this layer. There we go. It's looking a little better. And before I start to combine anything, I'm going to be using the flat brush real quick. And we're going to be smoothing out only parts of this so that it doesn't look as like inorganic with the rectangle part, but I do like the streaks this brush does, so we're going to keep only some of it. Alright. Now we're going to be using the tinderbox. Just add a little bit more. Then show she's nervous. I need to add more shading to show that this is a more forced smile. Let's try it real quick. Oop. Might have to accentuate those in the final layer once I'm done shading her, but you get the gist of it. Yeah, it was a different plant when he was trapped, but now that Millen is free, he's gonna have a different flower type. A fun little thing would be if their mascot's a worm. You know, like what happened. The vampire was in charge at this town for a hot minute, so he would have fun little things in here. Oh yeah, I started I started listening to Malevolent lately. I've just started season 2 today, and that is a crazy show. I love it, honestly. I saw the twist coming, you know, because I'm so smart and I'm very observant with stories. But it was a very good twist at the end of season 1. The time period is like late 80s, early 90s. It's not modern. Yeah, this whole little story of mine is basically a love letter to Twin Peaks, I guess. Also, please keep in mind, this is not a happy story. I can't spoil it, but like, it's not one that might have a happy ending. Who knows, honestly. I guess it's what I feel at the time is correct path to go down. I do already know how I want this all to end, but that's gonna take a really long time to get to. I like that little mascot thing I just made. That's kind of cute. It's like a fun little apple. Alright, inspiration-wise, it is, like a mix of Twin Peaks, Ghost in the Shell, what's the other one? Shit. I can't think of it right now. A lot of horror media, I guess I should say. But not like slasher horror. There is something else I'm thinking of. Oh, was it Cabinet of Curiosities, the Guillermo del Toro series that was like every episode was a new thing? There was an episode that had to do with like an alien that this rich guy was keeping in like a meteor, and then it comes out and it's a gorgeous like the entire episode was amazing, and it actually had Eric Andre in it. Yeah, that one's a good inspiration for this too. This brush right now I'm using for these little lines is the Tinderbox brush. Right here. And then the main one I use for the shapes is the syrup brush. Alright, now that this is all technically together, what I'm going to do is mess with their perspective. Just so her head doesn't look that big on her body. Like more proportional, I guess. Yeah, that looks much better. You see what I did there? Just the tiniest little change really makes a difference in it. And I always do that before I do the final line layer too, because it makes it look crunchy. So I usually save that one for last so it looks better. She might be a little skewed, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna gently pull her down a little bit. Pull that side up. It looks good right now. Yeah, always remember, when in doubt, if you're like done with your page and you're unsure about like how the perspective looks, always just use the warp tool and mess with the proportions and shapes. Before you add the final line art, I should add. Because you see this crunch, this will all be covered up with like blending and just the other tools I have at my disposal, which is why you never do this step last. I got a little sketched up right here, so I'm just going to go back and smooth that real quick. Then what I'm going to do is add some lines over here, just to accentuate the shading and add a bit of texture there. And then I gotta remember to add blood spatter on her clothes too. It's not technically spoilers because it happens right away, but like in between the beginning of this chapter and the end of the other one, the entire town gets killed. Wow. Oop, that's the wrong one. Probably after this panel, I want to work on Narcissus's big reveal page. But for that, I am going to need a reference, which I do not have at the moment because I was at work and I'm tired. But I will grab that later. That's going to be the big page that's inspired from that one short from the Cabinet of Curiosities. A lot of smoky yellows and oranges, and then like nice like red beams of light. Her hair is going to be a little disheveled because of, the whole you're about to die thing. Nothing crazy. Oh damn, I forgot to make the rest of her little coat thing because the table's down here. See, this is why you always look at your reference sheet. Right now, I'm going to add a little line just so I know where the table is. So we're gonna put this right here. This is technically where the table is gonna be. Just gonna keep that for now. And then we're gonna work on fixing her outfit a little bit. Her arms are fine right now because she's also gonna be having her lower arms visible, and that will cover that up. Also, if you remember, which I'm gonna be doing right now, I really like the Stickman brush for fabric. Just because of how nice it looks. Don't jinx it. Why would you jinx it? Why would you say that to me on this day? We were having such a good time, now it's gonna happen. I think color dodge might be best for this one. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Alright, now we gotta add a bit more of the splash. I think that's in the water. Yeah, kinda. I hate this brush because it only does one shape. And you gotta really like that shape. And I don't like that shape, is the problem. I just wish there was more variety in it, you know? Which is why I do this, and I cheat. Might have to mess with that a little bit. Alright, there we go. That was a little better. Yeah, surprisingly my phone doesn't feel that hot right now. I think it's because the weather's finally getting colder out. Alright, the hand thing. Hand... Oh no. Hand go. Hand does the thing. Oh no, I can't talk. Ignore me. Ignore what I'm saying. Okay, hand go here. Hand go right like this, and then bottom and top go up. There we go. Alright, now we can start doing the hands. Ooh, that did not fill up. Alright, there we go. Aha! So yeah, Malevolent, it takes place, I don't know when the time period is actually, but it's basically a Lovecraft podcast, so I'm gonna guess that like the early 1900s. They did say the taxi fare was like $1 something, which is really good, so it's definitely in the past. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's basically about this detective, and by God is he detecting. I am very much enjoying it. I haven't liked a podcast since the Hotel podcast. And the Hotel podcast is almost done too, which I'm really sad about. He is detecting so good that it's actually pissing me off because he's not sticking to the like main story. But he got back on track near the end there. And his accomplice, I guess I should say, is always like, are you serious? You really shouldn't be investigating this. This is dangerous for both of us. And he's like, but what's going on over here? And then he goes off on a side quest. And then he's like in a terrible situation. He's like, oh, how did this happen? I'm like, Arthur, are you kidding me? Everyone's telling you not to do this shit. I love him though, he's a great character, but like, please, use your brain. He is so autistic, he's not autistic. I don't know how to explain it. Like, he is hyper-fixated, and I don't know if that's his fault or not, because, again, I'm only just started season 2, but, like, it is very much implied that he didn't have free will going into this whole thing, because, you know, it's like a eldritch horror bullshit thing going on, but, like, he was zooming past the red flags. I'm talking, like, running at full speed with his hands over his eyes. Great story, though. I'm getting a kick out of it. I never finished the Magus Archives, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I know how it ends. And I did watch the, why do I keep saying that? I did listen to the, earlier seasons, but I kind of dropped it after a certain point because I was doing other stuff. Oh yeah, the other character in it, it's mainly 2 characters at this point in the story. I don't know what else is gonna be happening. I think there's like 5 seasons, actually. The other guy's name is John. He's an interesting guy. They do, like, bounce off each other pretty well. 'Cause they both have faults, that the other, like, calls them out on. Most of the time, I should say. Like, they both got their own thing going on, but they do pull each other out of it when it's needed. And in the like beginning is what got me interested too, because it's such like a unique presence and it works so well with the podcast series. And there goes the crime copter. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're coming for me. Oop, wrong brush again. I am not in a position to pay my college debts right now, guys. Like, they just won't. They did not stop calling me for a while there. Thankfully, they haven't called me in a hot minute, but my god. They weren't this enthusiastic to talk to me when I actually was asking them for help. Oh yeah, and if you ever wanted to pretend to be writing cursive, all you have to do is these little squiggles with the occasional big loop right here. I know how to write cursive, but like, this is gonna be so small you won't be able to see it once it's posted. So we're gonna keep it like this. Also, occasional T's and I dots right here and there, like that'll get the point across. Alright, this is fine for now. Probably move her hands down a little bit, like that. Just realized this part right here is kind of clipping into itself. So we're gonna go back on that original layer right here, and we're gonna fix that a little bit. Oop. Oh no. Alright. She's just about done. My phone starts complaining about it being too hot. It being too hot. My phone starts complaining. My phone starts complaining about it being too hot. It being too hot. Yeah, we might have to call it a night here, guys. My phone is starting to freak out. But this was good. We lasted longer than I thought, so I'm gonna be working on this page for now, and I'll get back to you guys when I can. Have a good night, everybody.